Hello everyone, I'm Darja and you are watching the RichAds podcast, where we talk about affiliate marketing, traffic, and real strategies that actually scale. This episode is part of our Ads and Grams series, where we invite industry experts to tell us more about what is working right now and what's coming next. Today's guest is someone many of you have been asking about. He works at the intersection of iGaming, crypto, and Web3 and knows exactly how crypto casino brands attract, convert, and retain players. Please welcome Mike Danshin, CMO of Web2 Crypto. Hi Mike, great to have you here.
Hi everyone, glad to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Before we dive in, let me give everyone a quick overview. Web2 Crypto is the Web3 division of the global iGaming brand Web2. Mike leads crypto influencer campaigns and media buying. He has extensive experience in online betting, land-based casinos, and crypto marketing. He is also the voice behind his Telegram channel. Right now, he is focused on positioning Web2 as a leading crypto casino brand across global markets. And today we are going to talk about iGaming crypto brand marketing and strategies in 2026. What Web2 and Web3 casino products actually are, what the traffic specifics look like for these products, how funnels are structured, and of course predictions, insights, and recommendations which can help you to grow in 2026. Let's go.
Yeah, come on. I hope everything will be fine.
Mike, let's start simple. What is Web2 Crypto?
Yes, let's start from the scratch. Regarding Web2 Crypto, this is a department within the Web2. We have our main Web2 web platform and we operate a Telegram mini app as well. Our department handles both performance tasks, specifically attracting crypto traffic and brand awareness initiatives. And that means that promoting Web2 positioning as a crypto casino.
Got it? That makes sense. So let's take a step back and clarify the basics. For those who might be new to this, how would you explain the difference between Web2 and Web3 casino products in simple terms?
You know that it's very complicated to draw a clear line between Web2 and Web3 products in simple terms, but I'll do my best, really. And classic Web2 products, they frequently with a local license for a specific geo. In contrast, there are niche Web3 products, for example, fully on-chain casinos, that do not accept fiat in any form. But I would say that 80, maybe 90% of products are somewhere in between. And crypto adoption has not happened yet, and that's why a huge Web2 user base still exists. And it is necessary to onboard these users into Web3 using every possible method. I believe that it would be foolish to forget about Web2 users or to avoid them. And such approach is correct, because cutting off Web2 users' audience, it's not right. You should take the best from Web2, and this is the point. However, mass adoption unfortunately has not occurred yet. By the way, what are the typical specifics of Web3? Basically, it's the option to make a crypto deposit. And a lot of products handle this by letting users to connect non-custodial wallets or exchange wallets. And on top of that, some crypto casinos, they have even on-ramp solutions. So you can purchase crypto directly on a casino platform. And that makes life a way easier for regular fiat users. Finally, I can say that it's a question of definition. There are many additional features I could mention, such as casino tokens, NFT collections, lotteries, crypto lotteries, stuff like that. I would say I can mention really 10 of such specifics, and once again, there is no clear definition between Web2 and Web3. Meanwhile, full on-chain casinos, I believe they are pretty niche, and fully on-chain casinos, a pretty niche topic for Web3.
I think that's a clear explanation. Thank you for that. What is the main differences in traffic for Web2 and Web3 casinos in terms of sources, conversions, and user behavior?
Regarding traffic, there are some differences. Let me think. First of all, it's about marketing channels. When it comes specifically to Web3 sources, the main traffic sources would be probably the influence marketing, with content creators on crypto-focused social networks like Twitter, Discord, and so on. Definitely specialized crypto influencers on mainstream social platforms. We can mention Instagram, YouTube, of course, Telegram. Another huge traffic source is crypto advertising networks. Banner placements on crypto websites, and these sources are worth mentioning. There are also various crypto listings, review websites, and so on. So the core difference, I can say that it comes from influence marketing and social media. If you drive this crypto traffic to traditional Web2 product, conversions will be worse. Because Web3 users, they do not want to share their personal data. They do not want to go through KYC. So the first conversion rate, the first deposit rate will be lower on Web2 product.
Interesting, thanks. Have you finished, or do you want to add anything else? Sorry.
Well, finally, we can say that it's a tricky question, really, and it's all about comparison, Web2 and Web3. You know that the revenue model of Web3 casinos often allows you to earn more because the lifetime value of crypto platforms is much higher due to risk-taking audience with a higher check. And crypto users, they are loyal to risk, and their betting activity is much greater. There are also some niche target groups in crypto, such as crypto traders. They would behave quite active in crypto casinos as well. So maybe the difference is that an average Web2 user makes a sports bet once a week and forgets about gambling, and Web3 user is much more active, I can say day to day.
Yeah, the audiences are quite different between Web2 and Web3, I see. Okay, how are the funnels structured for Web2 versus Web3 audiences, and which key metrics really matter for each?
I see. Regarding one-win conversion funnels, we have plenty of funnels, you know. One of the most unique, I can say that it's basically a Telegram casino. We send all our Telegram traffic to the Telegram app, and overall, there is definitely a difference in how we handle such marketing funnels. For Web2 traffic, we focus on educating users about Web3 concepts. How to deposit crypto, how to purchase crypto, and so on. For Web3 users, of course, we take the opposite approach. So we need to immediately highlight all the benefits of our Web3 platform, of our bonuses and stuff like that. And when it comes to metrics, it's still all about FTD and LTV. So I believe there is really no need to reinvent the wheel here. Everything is clear and these fundamentals, they work.
That's helpful. So if we talk about geography, because this also plays a huge role, can you tell us about any geo-specifics where Web3 products are adapted more easily and where it's more challenging?
Yeah, there is obviously a correlation with the global crypto adoption and player geo-specifics. But I can say that each region has its own unique characteristics. For example, India has a quite complex regulatory landscape for both gambling and crypto. Gambling-wise, there was a partial ban with some loopholes, but you know, the recent changes in legislation, they had a significant negative impact. As for the crypto, the taxation rate in India is extremely high. It's almost 30%. And the government tracks most transactions in India. Any deposit, any withdrawal from crypto exchange is a potentially taxable event. So yes, certain markets like India have some specific challenges, but in general, crypto casino succeeds in Geos with high crypto adoption rates. For instance, such products are extremely popular in CIS, in Turkey, in Argentina. There are some challenging Geos. I would mention smaller, wealthier Western European countries, such as Austria, Sweden, Norway, and so on. These markets are particularly tough to target, and it's difficult to find quality traffic, even for Web2. First of all, due to small population of the country. But it's even way more difficult for crypto casinos. Crypto adoption rates are not that high. People tend to be more conservative and risk-averse. Europe overall is a challenging region for crypto gambling, though there are some exceptions, like Poland, for example.
In Poland, people more open to play crypto games, right?
Yeah, for sure, because many people from CIS, from Belarus, from Ukraine as well, they move to Poland and they need to send money to their relatives and friends to their native country. That's why they use crypto exchanges like Bybit, Binance, and other platforms just to send money. And even elder people, they know how to do that.
Yeah, thanks. Very insightful. Can you share an example of a case where Web3 mechanics helped attract a new audience or increase LTV?
I really loved our Telegram casino case with the PEPE giveaway. Maybe you remember that super popular NFT collection of PEPEs, and their price was 70-80K at its peak. So it was really huge. When Telegram NFTs were on hype, streamers were pushing these NFTs everywhere. We launched a marketing campaign with a minimal entry barrier. All you needed to do is just to make $5 deposit in our Telegram casino, and you could participate in a PEPE giveaway. We generated a huge buzz in communities that had absolutely nothing to do with crypto or gambling. In many Telegram channels, we couldn't get any ads because they do not directly sell casino ads. But we managed to get even some posts for free, as it was a giveaway, not a direct ad. And I believe that we adapted to this trend pretty quickly and formed our concept fast enough. And this is definitely something I would want to replicate in the future. We're constantly working on boosting LTV as well, and communications, they play a huge role here. Email marketing, Telegram push notifications, and so on. And regarding LTV, I would highlight our network of Telegram notification bots. We're still improving them. They'll definitely get better and better and more personalized. But this communication channel is pretty crucial for us because, you know, Telegram is popular in India, in CIS region. That's why we place a huge bet on such bots.
It's growing fast. That's a great example. Yeah, really. What are the main differences in FTD behavior across different geos, and how do user patterns vary by region?
Well, what can I say? I can repeat that FTD is just FTD, no matter crypto casino or not. And no doubt that the average deposit amount, it correlates with the overall wealth of the country and its residents. And I think that's the baseline, that nothing groundbreaking here. When it comes to specific user behavior patterns, each region gives you something to think about. Obviously, we are from the CIS, so we naturally think in terms of how does this work in CIS, and we are trying to adapt our approaches to other markets. I cannot say this approach is wrong, but the situation can be radically different in some countries. And let's say that one of the trends is that it's becoming increasingly difficult to do influence marketing in gambling. And there are some regions where it's already completely prohibited. For example, South Korea, where people, they are afraid to place gambling ads. Various Muslim countries, they also restrict gambling ads, and even in Latin America, where everything seems fine, you have sometimes problematic cases. And this background obviously affects user behavior and their attitude toward gambling. So is gambling a risky hobby in this country? Do they need to hide it from the government, from the family, from the close friends, and so on? Or gambling is okay in this culture? And moreover, there are some additional factors: how to activate users during the holidays or the sports tournament. For example, I know some betting brands that only purchase traffic in India when the IPL, the cricket league, is running. In my opinion, that's probably not the right strategy. It's better to do marketing during the whole year. But okay, such brands, they exist. And coming back to South Korea and Japan, these regions, these countries, they may look similar, but their attitude towards crypto is completely different. Because South Korea, they has two major crypto exchanges, and all transactions are tracked by the government. Transactions might be blocked if proper verification is not provided. But the situation is completely opposite in Japan. Crypto is still treated much more freely there, and there are no such issues in Japan.
Sounds interesting. The main thing here is that user also should trust and be familiar with your brand, right? So it also plays a big role here.
Yes, and it all comes to brand marketing and brand awareness.
Okay, let's zoom out and talk about marketing strategy. What are the key differences in marketing approaches for Web2 versus Web3 casino products?
I would say that Web3 marketing approach is targeting the younger, more creative generation who are willing to take risks. And we need to mention such things, I don't know, as meme tokens, all these PEPEs and so on. And in some casinos you can even make a crypto deposit with NFT. So overall you see way more crazy marketing campaigns in Web3 than in traditional Web2. And traditional Web2 platforms, they usually operate under local licenses, and they have to follow all regulatory frameworks, rules, and so on. As an example, I can mention some issues in Mexico, that all creative materials, all banners, they must be approved by local authorities, every banner. So that's crazy. And of course, such attitude constrains innovation and creativity.
That's a strong point. And I think in partnerships often amplify these strategies, right?
Definitely. When it comes to partnerships and collaborations, I can say that community marketing is important, maybe even absolutely crucial for Web3. The entire crypto ecosystem is built on community and partnerships. Who you talk, who you're friends with, it directly affects the strength and value of your product. Actually, we're still at the beginning of this journey. We are trying to find some strategic partners, and if you're pretending to be one of them, you can directly go to my Instagram. As for me, as for OneWare, I really liked our collaboration at Token 2049. We sponsored one of the side events, and this was our first step into crypto sponsorship. For us, it was a breakthrough that showed us that we are ready to invest not just in performance marketing, but as you correctly highlighted, brand awareness marketing. It's crucial. And I believe right now we're ready for that. So we're building brand awareness, and regarding partnerships, we're doing pretty well with Telegram bloggers as well. We're launching our tournament among Telegram bloggers, where anyone can participate. The price is quite solid. It's 50K. And yeah, there is essentially nothing extra you need to do. Just keep posting about OneWare as you always do. So it's just another financial bonus to Telegram channel admins. And finally, we're working on some niche partnerships. That's why we're trying to build not just a community around our product, but also a community of influencers and partners who will promote OneWare as a crypto casino.
Thanks for sharing that. It was really interesting how your Telegram channel growing right now. All right, Mike, before we wrap up, let's do a quick Blitz round. Short questions, short answers, just your key thoughts for 2026. Okay, which key Geos do you see growing the most in 2026?
I would mention India. India has new regulatory updates, but some companies, they adapt quickly. I hope one of us is one of them, and such brands, they can grow really fast there. Secondly, I would mention Latin America. It's getting more and more profitable.
And looking beyond geography, what major changes do you expect in traffic optimization next year?
The old approach of just purchasing Facebook traffic for a new brand and hoping it will convert you, it will drive you new users, and it will convert into FTDs. This approach is becoming outdated. It can still work in some cases, but only to a limited extent, because traffic gets more and more expensive every year. Everyone sees it. And this approach has very limited capacity right now. And in the next 1 or 2 years, it will become completely irrelevant. Launching new brands without marketing budgets, without partnerships, without big holdings, that no longer works.
I see, yeah, long partnership is a must right now. And this connects closely to trends. Which single trend do you think will have the biggest impact in 2026?
I hope the trend on crypto casinos.
Especially one of them.
We'll do our best.
Yeah, I'm sure. Let's talk about marketing overall. What should marketers in iGaming be ready for in 2026?
I can say that they should be ready to implement more analytics, data analytics, on-chain analytics as well. It will become a key to success. Because the traffic gets more and more expensive.
And when you know your audience, you can make like more narrow targeting for them and deliver better results as a result. Yeah. And on a more strategic level, what is the main lesson we should take into 2026 or maybe behind this year? Maybe leave behind this
Maybe
year.
I'll give some material.
Yes.
That's fine. Maybe I'll add some motivation. The main lesson for the next year is to learn, to discover new things. Don't be afraid to try something new. And I believe that you can become really big very fast in our industry. I think so.
That's a great takeaway.
Yeah, that's a big advantage of iGaming, because in some traditional businesses, I don't know, in banking or stuff like that, you need, 10 years, 15 years to become a C-level, for example. And for European countries, it's okay that a person at the age of 35 or 40, it's just he or she is a team lead. So that's not because of the lack of motivation, but because of the lack of opportunities. But in iGaming, the situation is, I can say, opposite. Because I know some guys, even in our company, at the age of 22, they are already C-level. So even on a personal basis, you can grow very fast in iGaming. Regarding the companies as well, regarding the companies as well, I believe practically nobody knew about Polymarket 2 years ago. Nobody knew about Kalshi 2 years ago. Right now they're huge. So, many brands, they are trying to replicate their success, and that's okay.
It's a big advantage of iGaming business sphere, business area. Yeah, they're growing fast.
Yeah, I know that some other industries, they are just trying to copy the best from iGaming. Recently, I met my friend in Georgia, in Tbilisi, and he moved from iGaming, we can say, from social gambling to education. And he asked me regarding Telegram apps, are they still working, what's the cost of traffic and stuff like that. And I told him that the hype of Telegram apps, it was in 2024, not 25. But he mentioned that in his sphere, in education, the trends are much slower. And right now, his product will be the first to implement such a Telegram app. And
Different businesses have their own speed, right?
Yes, especially traditional businesses.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, looking ahead, what do you see as the key driver of growth in 2026?
The key driver regarding the trends, regarding the drivers, I'm very curious what will happen with prediction markets. I already mentioned poly market. They are on a huge hype right now in the US. So will it remains mostly an American trend or it will become global? For me, that's the key question, and maybe they will invent some new marketing channels. They already do. They already do this. They add their apps, mini apps in crypto exchanges, in crypto wallets as well. So they are creating something new. And maybe in some Geos prediction markets, they will be this key driver of growth of the whole iGaming industry.
Okay, got it. And finally, one piece of advice for marketers heading into 2026.
There are a lot of examples when top products in 1, 2, 3 years, they completely disrupt all the iGaming market. And the key growth, as we mentioned, data, analytics, and I would say people as well. People are significant. And my advice for 2026 is to communicate more, meet new partners, build teams, create new collaborations, and avoid isolating yourself.
Yeah, great. Great advice. Thank you very much, Mike.
Thank you for that.
Thank you for all your insights. That was a great conversation for us. Thanks for joining and have a great day.
Thank you for that. I hope it was exciting and insightful as well. You can message me in LinkedIn, in Telegram, and so on, and I will answer all the questions.
I will.
Thank you for that.
I will. Thank you.